Hey everybody, my name is ChristopherOdd. This is the walkthrough for a game called The Bridge. This is Chapter 2. So with that, let's get started. We're heading into Part 1 of Chapter 2 called The Vortex. And this is actually the part that starts teaching you about the swirly thing that sucks you in. That little thing in the middle there. If you go in there, you can't get out. So, this starts off fairly simply. If we're to rotate to the right, our key will go in the vortex. If we rotate to the left, we'll go in the vortex. So we gotta be a little bit careful here. We wanna rotate just enough so that the key goes over to that left box, but we don't wanna fall into the vortex. A little bit of patience, there we go. And now it's simply a matter of holding the right bumper all the way to the right. It's gonna fall down, and there we go. Pretty simple stuff, but trust me, this chapter does get a little bit more complex. So this is Chapter 2, Part 2, called The Precipice. Now you'll notice that the vortex is going and stopping and going and stopping, so feel free to fall into the vortex, and as it stops, you'll get the key, and then feel free to do the same thing right back. Now the trick is, you don't want your slope to be too steep, because if it's too steep, you'll fall right off the edge before you can gain ground. But if you're not steep enough, the vortex keeps sucking you up. There we go. This is Chapter 2, Part 3, called The Lion. So, things are looking pretty good, right? The menace is in the vortex, everybody's safe, but no. We need to get to that door, and if we go left into the vortex, just like this, we will die. My last memory was that of pain. So, we need to rewind that. Here's the trick, okay? We need to stand on this thing which shuts off the vortex. Once we get onto this button, you'll see. Okay, so the ball is now down. However, we need to get the ball onto this button, and how are we gonna do that? Well, we have to rotate it all the way around. So if I hold the left bumper, we'll rotate the whole thing all the way around. And I'm gonna fall into the vortex, but that's okay. I'll sit in that vortex all day long. Because the menace here, this ball, is gonna hit the button, it's gonna release me from the vortex. We'll just rewind that a bit. There you go. So we want that thing to be on the vortex, very steady, then we can walk off, and we can exit. So that one could be a little bit confusing when you first attempt it, for sure. Don't feel bad if you got stuck. Now this is Chapter 2, Part 4, called The Pillars. This one's where it gets pretty crazy, because it's kind of like those, it's like that illusion where it's kind of the stairs that go around, 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 but it's only one set of stairs that always connects, if that makes sense. You'll see what I mean in here. Due to the perspectives of each of these pillars in the middle, it's kind of strange to figure out how to do this, but I'll show you how it's done. So, what you need to do, see the vortex up top there? Yeah, you don't want to be in that vortex, because if you're in that vortex, nothing can hit that button. The key is not heavy enough. So that's the signal that you need to know that we need to be on that vortex, and you'll notice that we need to be on that button, sorry, and you'll notice that the vortex is above the button. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna rotate this until the key falls into the vortex area. There we go. So the key is now in the vortex. Now we're gonna go fall down to where the button is, which is gonna release the key, right? Pretty simple. Key comes down, we go grab the key, and then I'll give you a second here to kind of piece it together with your mind how we're gonna get out of this. Can you see it? Okay, if you can't, it's going this way. We're gonna walk across. which will take us to the floor where the door is. And then we're out. That one's pretty cool. It took me a while when I first tried it though. So, once again, don't feel bad if you're stuck on any of these puzzles, because some of them took me a very long time. The reason I'm going through them so quickly here is just for the purposes of a walkthrough, so don't feel bad at all. This is Chapter 2, Part 5, the Mausoleum. Okay, menace, button, but where's the door? Okay, weird, the door is in the vortex. So we're gonna have to be in that, aren't we? Yes, yes we are. So first things first, let's get the menace going. We want him out of here. Now, what I did the first couple times is I threw the menace right into the vortex, but that doesn't help me at all. So what you need to do is get the menace inside the outer circle there. Then, we need to get the menace over to the other side so that we can walk around and fall down this part right here. Okay? So I rotated with the left bumper to get there. Now, if we were to go the other way, then the menace would just come back out the way it came in. So we don't want that. Like right here, if I were to keep rotating right, that menace is just gonna come in here and fall down. So now I'm gonna walk my guy over, and I want to create such an angle that he's gonna fall right into the vortex. Boom. I can continue rotating with my left bumper right now. Now the right bumper. Now the left bumper. And you can see it now, right? So now I just have to drop the menace onto the button. Whiz bang boom bam. Success. And we're out. This is Chapter 2, Part 6, the Memorial. This one's tricky. Once again, we have a vortex to deal with. But there's some slight control work that you need to do. It's very sensitive. So first things first, we're gonna move the right bumper until we put the menace onto the button. Okay, great. Now you're probably thinking, well, if you walk off there, you're gonna go off the map, and that'd be true. That'd be true. But we're gonna keep rotating hard right, and then we'll land on that log. See? Now what I can do, we want to keep this level because we don't want that vortex to go off. I'm gonna walk right to the little corner here, and I'm just gonna edge this, okay? I'm gonna edge the menace off the cliff with the right bumper, and then I'm gonna edge it back with the left bumper so he gets caught in the vortex that's gonna open. So ever so slightly. See that? Now he gets caught in the vortex and I'm still safe. Now I have to follow the same path. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing, just holding the right bumper. I'm gonna walk to this part. We need to get that key, but it's stuck on the other side. We can't get there. So I need to keep holding the right bumper. The key is actually gonna flip over to the other side. Just like that. And I move back with the left bumper there to basically catch it on that ledge. So, I'm gonna go grab the key now. And then do you remember how we got the menace off of the button? Well, we're gonna do the exact same thing, but in reverse. So I'm gonna come off ever so slightly, get stuck in there, and then, oh, I went a little too far. See, that's how touchy it is. So I want it to be just enough. There we go. And then I'm rotating back. The ball's gonna go back up top. It's going to release the vortex. And we're gonna go in through the door. So there we go. And that is Chapter 2 completed. We'll read the little memorial statue here. We are like children with a bottomless toy box, creating and exploring, limited only by our imaginations. We cast aside the theories of old and invent new ones beyond method or reason. Our own world. Which is kind of summing up the whole game here so far. It's amazing. I love this. So I hope this walkthrough helped you guys. Please consider subscribing and rate that video if you don't mind. That would be superb. Talk to you guys next time.